Hello everyone, my name is Polly and I'm learning languages. And today we will speak with a real Turkish professor. Her name is Türk Karahan, and she will tell us about some very interesting facts of learning Turkish language at university, and some facts about Old Turkish language and how to create different words with suffixes in Turkish. And she will give us some pieces of advice on how to learn Turkish and languages in general, and share some very interesting resources and authors that can help you to learn Turkish faster. So continue watching and let's see what we learn today.
Tell me about yourself. What is your experience in teaching, and what are you doing? What is your profession?
Hi, I'm a professor in the Turkish language and literature at the university, Ankara Yıldırım Beyazıt University in Ankara. I've been teaching Turkish language at the university for 21 years. However, my main field is not study of modern Turkish or teaching Turkish to foreigners, for foreigners. My main field is Old Turkish languages, and my students are generally Turkish students. I teach Old Turkish to Turkish students. I also have international students, foreign students, undergraduate, master, and PhD. But I don't teach modern Turkish to them directly. In Turkey, international students first learn Turkish at the university for 1 year, and when they reach the advanced level of Turkish, C level, they start either my department or other departments at the university. I teach academic Turkish for that reason. So frankly, I don't teach Turkish directly from scratch a foreigner, but teach academic Turkish language course to international students who have passed Turkish proficiency and study in various departments of university. International students in my university are really hardworking and talented students. I'm also thesis advisor to 3 foreign students. I give them academic Turkish courses. They are studying master, and they are from Iraq, Afghanistan, and Kyrgyzstan. Also, I have a Turkish Instagram page, as a hobby. My Instagram account name is Turkish Professional. I share Instagram posts, Turkish language, Turkish culture, and contemporary Turkish language to foreigners. It's very nice to get to know foreign cultures and teach foreigners about my own culture. I'm only sharing posts for that reason.
Okay, and just a question. Old Turkish is very different from modern Turkish, right?
Yes, exactly. Old Turkish is starting to 8th century.
8th century.
Turkish first inscription from 8th century, and a little bit different, quite different.
I know that you had a reform of Turkish language not really long time ago, right? So
yes, after the Ottoman Empire finished, Turkish language reform.
In this reform, they kind of deleted some Arabic words, or
Arabic words and Persian words, words mostly, but still have lots of Arabic words and Persian words in Turkish.
Yes, when I had some experience in learning Arabic and Turkish, and so I don't know a lot of things, but I noticed some words, like for example, kitab, the book, and it's in almost the same in Arabic, as I noticed. So there are some words, and I was very surprised by that. I mean, it's not surprising according to the history, but it's still a little bit interesting to see how it works, and that these languages are very connected. Thank you for that.
If you want, I can give example Arabic words in Turkish. Kalem is pencil. Kitap, book, you mentioned it. Mektup is letter. Valide, mother.
I wanted to ask you people from which nationalities you usually teach.
In the Department of Turkish Language and Literature, our students usually come from European and Balkan countries, such as Poland, Hungary, Albania, Bosnia, Croatia, Macedonia, and also Middle East countries such as Iraq, Iran, Syria, Egypt, Caucasus countries and Georgia, and Asian and Central Asian countries such as India, Uzbekistan, Turkmenistan, Afghanistan, Kyrgyzstan, and China. Our students in Department of Turkish Language and Literature can become Turkish lecturer or tutors or academician in their own country after graduation.
And do you have some students that are really good in Turkish language, but they're foreigners and they even teach Turkish? Is it possible?
Okay. As you know, Turkish language to the Uralic languages, Ural-Altaic languages family. Yes. In other words, those who speak Ural-Altaic languages and Turkic origin languages learn Turkish more easily. Mm-hmm. For example, Hungarians, Mongols, Korean, Kyrgyz, Kazakh, Uzbek, Turkmen, Tatar, Bashkirt, etc. These countries, people are learning Turkish in a very short time. Mm. Also, Turkish belongs to the Oghuz branch in the Turkic languages. Gagavuz, living in Moldova, Azerbaijani and Turkmen language are very, very close to Turkish language because they belong to Oghuz branch in Turkic languages. We can understand each other very easily with Gagavuz, Azerbaijani and Turkmen people. Mm. In addition, many words from Arabic and Persian, as I mentioned before, Arabic and Persian were loaned into Turkish during the Ottoman Empire. Later, lots of words from French and English. Therefore, most foreigners have more advantage in learning the vocabulary of Turkish languages. Most Turkish words are so familiar for Iranian, Arabs, or European peoples. On the other hand, Indo-European languages are completely different from Turkish in terms of structure of sentence or phonetic. Those who speak Indo-European languages have some difficulties while learning Turkish, especially in terms of syntax. Turkish is very different from other languages. In Turkish, verb at the end of the sentence. There are no gender, masculine or feminine words in Turkish. All words use both for men and women. All words, maybe we can say unisex. Mm-hmm. For example, there are masculine and feminine words, feminine types of words in Arabic, as a muzakkar and muannas, they say, and Russian. There is no prefix in Turkish. The suffixes are always end of the word. There is no article in Turkish. For example, there are articles like das, der, die in German and the in English, but not the Turkish. But it's very easy to learn Turkish once you understand the Turkish language logic. There are few exceptions in Turkish. Everything depends on a rule. Once you understand the logic of Turkish, you can learn Turkish easily. For example, only one stem word can be lots of different words with suffixes. Let me give you some examples for this subject. For example, göz means eye. Gözcü, suffix is cü. Watchman, gözde, favorite, göze, spring, gözlük, eyeglasses, gözlükçü, optician, gözlükçülük, opticianry, to watch or monitor as a verb, gözetlemek, spy on or spy out, gözlem, observation, gözlemlemek, observe, gözgü, mirror, but it is the old-fashioned word, this. Gözenek, pore, gözenekli, porous, and göz bebeği, pupil, etc. And if you know word göz, you can guess other all derived words such as gözgü, gözlük, gözlem, gözlükçü, etc. Because all Turkish suffixes has got certain function. And another example, su means water. Turkish su means water. Sucu, water seller. Suluk, water bottle, flask. Sulamak, irrigate or water as a verb. Sulama, irrigation. Susuz, thirsty, dehydrated. Sulanmak, get fresh with. Sulandırmak, dilute. Sulandırıcı, liquidizer. Sulatmak, to let someone else water. If you know word su, you can guess all derived words such as sucu, suluk, susuz, sulamak, etc. Because all Turkish suffixes has got certain function. It's not hard for foreigners.
It's very interesting. Yes. Thank you. Yes, I know that you also have grammatical parts of these suffixes, grammatical function, right? So like possessive, like even I think that negative, negation, or the present tense is also formed by suffixes. Am I right?
Yes.
I don't. So yes. You also construct tenses and different grammatical features with suffixes. So it's very, very interesting that suffixes are very important to learn, right?
Yes.
That's very interesting. And what would you advise people who decided to learn Turkish, since it's quite difficult to understand for European mind that you have to form everything with suffixes? So what is your advice?
As you know, learning a language requires loving that languages. It is very difficult to learn without loving because of obligation. You can easily learn the subjects you like and are interested in. Second, you should get to know cultural environment in which language you learn is spoken. Culture and language are interpreted. You cannot learn the languages only from the textbooks and dictionaries. Knowing the values, customs, traditions, and cultures of the society in which that language is spoken will make it easier for you to learn a language and language logic. Everyone learns their mother tongue by seeing and hearing from those around them. Nobody learns their mother tongue from textbooks or dictionaries. Learning a foreign language is like that. You cannot learn the language sufficiently by sticking to the books. I recommend to watch lots of Turkish TV or Turkish TV serials and listen to radio and podcast people who want to learn Turkish. It's really helpful to watch programs on topics you are interested in, sports, politics, recipes, documentaries, magazines, etc. Watching and listening to whatever subject you are interested in makes learning Turkish faster and more fun. My students who speak Turkish very well, as a native Turkish speaker, say that they constantly listen to Turkish. Watching TV is very useful also to learn Turkish pronunciation and daily speech patterns. Reading books out loud is very useful also. It's also helpful to practice speaking Turkish with others if you have a chance. And you should speak without fear of making mistakes. You also need to make learning Turkish is a habit. It is very useful to listen, read, and practice Turkish every day, even if it is a little time. Experts says that if you something for 30 days, you will create a habit. A habit is something that you do without thinking. So you need to take Turkish as a habit. You need to constantly practice Turkish. How can we make Turkish as a habit? I recommend these two things. Take Turkish in bite-sized chunks. A few minutes is all that you need. Second, choose in the same time every day, 30 days, and by the end of the month, you will feel much more relaxed about learning Turkish because it will be a habit. I recommend choosing a specific time every day to learn Turkish. Maybe it's while you are eating breakfast or during your lunch break or while your child is taking a nap in the afternoon. And also, I'm an English learner too, long-time learner. My English is not sufficient yet, but every day I try to improve my English skills more. Let me give you some personal example for learning English. I love learning about other cultures, so I watch a lot of YouTube English videos of people talking about their travels to other countries. And I'm interested in world news, so I watch CNN International, TRT World, or BBC News channel every day before going to bed. Also, I love home decoration, so I watch home decoration or fixing programs on TV. Also, I wonder other countries' cuisine. And my favorite TV channel is 24 Kitchen. Every day I watch different food recipes. I listen to English music when I get a chance. Sometimes I sing karaoke. Maybe you like. Doing karaoke is also very helpful for pronunciation. If you listen to things you are interested in, you will learn Turkish more easily by doing these activities that are interested. You will learn Turkish without feeling stressed.
And could you advise some materials for learn Turkish for Turkish learners? Some books or resources?
Compared to the resources with English and other languages, the material on teaching Turkish are less, unfortunately. However, many Turkish teaching books have been prepared in the last 10 or 15 years, especially TÖMER, that is abbreviation of Turkish Teaching Center, and Yunus Emre Institute, Yunus Emre Institute have prepared very successful books in this field. Yunus Emre Institute also has Turkish education sets and leveled books. In fact, during the COVID-19 pandemic, Yunus Emre Institute made some of its books accessible on its website. You can download Turkish ebooks as ebooks to your computer. Also, Yunus Emre Institute has Turkish lessons videos on YouTube. As I mentioned before, YouTube is really a great source for both entertainment and education. There are a lot of Turkish videos prepared by native Turkish speakers and the foreigners living in Turkey. In addition, Turkish podcasts, TV and radio programs are also very important improving Turkish listening skills.
Thank you very much. And could you advise some maybe modern or classic Turkish writers? Something that really make you enjoy Turkish language, the style, the stylistics, and everything. Do you have some classic books that you know maybe, or authors that you would advise people who really like meet very classic, beautiful Turkish language?
I can recommend Mevlana Celaleddin Rumi. He's a poet from 13th century.
Wow.
Also, Yunus Emre is a poet, 15th century. And also modern Orhan Pamuk is novelist, and he has got Nobel Prize, Nobel Literature Prize.
But I think it's enough just for people who want to enjoy Turkish literature. Thank you very much. It was very, very interesting. I think that it's also suitable for other languages because your advice are very nice for people who learn languages in general, because it's quite similar when you learn different languages to the same kind of approach with culture, with everyday practice and some small pieces of information every day. I think it's very, very interesting. And thank you very much for that. I hope that it was a very interesting experience for you too.